Hello and welcome to Box Board. Welcome to our famous 5 role-playing games for 2019. These are the games that I've personally... Hello, welcome to Box Board. Now tonight we're going to look at my favourite famous 5. Hello, welcome to Box Board. Tonight we're going to look at my favourite 5 role-playing games that I've got into in 2019. And we're going to start off with Things from the Flood. Absolutely glorious book. I love this. The artwork is incredible. The world is compelling and interesting, and as a system it's very, very easy to GM. I find this an incredibly great system. The thing that's nice about it is you do a fair chunk of preparation before, but it's so easy to run whenever you're actually GM, and it gives you a bit of flexibility, and you've got you've got the space to think on your feet, because the rules themselves are relatively simple. It's set in the 90s. It never was. A bit like Tales from the Loop, set in the same universe. And together they're really, really nice. I love this system. I absolutely adore it. It's the system that I go to whenever I want to enjoy a GMing session personally. And it's every time I've run it, there's been big laughs. There's been some point where you just have to giggle at some ludicrous situation that you find yourself, the party in, and their solution to it. And it's glorious. So basically the way it works is you play late teens, basically young adults, in an alternative 90s, with, I think, Stranger Things undertones, and it's kind of weird, but very nostalgic at the same time, and that can be a lot of fun. And basically you're not superhuman, you're not running around killing things. You're trying to solve mysteries and trying to solve problems, and it's one of those games that's just beautifully done, and the artwork, as you can probably see from the front of it, is very evocative. But this is probably my favourite I'd say it's probably my favourite to run. Yeah, go with that, I think. Secondly, number 2, Legend of the Five Rings. There's been a lot. I've got more and more into this. It's glorious, and the expansions that have come out this year have been really good. The artwork is again beautiful. Really important in a role-playing game that the artwork's good, because you can spend a lot of time studying the book. The system is just so lovely, and you basically, there's little tweaks, or not tweaks, little things in it that are just unusual, and they take a little bit of time to get your head around. But once you get your head around them, it's just glorious. So the idea of strife, the way that the dice work, the world is just awesome in it. It's kind of like a feudal Japanese vibe, but not quite. And it's a game that I would say requires quite a lot of investment from your party, but is worth every moment of it. It's a game that gives you tons and tons and tons and tons of cinematic moments that I can't imagine being replicated as well anywhere else. I haven't seen them as well anywhere else. I love it. It's glorious and elegant and beautiful. It's yummy, so yummy. Heartily recommend. Legend of the Five Rings. Glorious book. And glorious system. And then we are going to go with, let's go with this one. Carbon 2185. Now this came out through Kickstarter this year. It's Cyberpunk, and it basically runs on the 5th edition line, along the lines of 5th edition D&D, but in a cyberpunk universe. what's really nice about this is it makes sense in terms of Cyberpunk, and it's accessible because of that 5th edition element. So they won't. It runs along the same lines. It runs in a similar way. So it's just going to be a game that people can get into. You don't without too big a fuss. It's not. The system feels familiar. The world that it inhabits is beautiful. It's gritty. It's hideous in a lot of ways, but it's very well developed, and the artwork again is superb, very evocative, and I find this a very accessible Cyberpunk game. I just find it not too difficult, and as a GM, there's some really useful stuff in it. But so there's lots of different bits in there that are just lovely and useful and balanced. I think in terms of what I've seen of it, it's just gorgeous. And the thing that they say here is the core. It's right. The core rulebook is the only thing you need to run and play hundreds of hours. For something that's so, the typeset's quite big. It's not that big a book, but there's stuff here that you will be able to develop very, very easily in this game. As a GM with that, and I love it. I think it's great. Very, very good system. Then we shall go to Expanse. Yeah, let's do that. So pick this up this year, Expanse RPG. I've run a little bit. We're running the campaign at the minute, and it's great. I mean, the thing that makes this is it feels like it should, because for the Expanse. And if you haven't watched the Expanse, just watch it. Just go and watch it. Don't just hit pause. Get the Expanse, watch it. Even better, read the books, because they are amazing. Okay, I love the Expanse, and this feels like the Expanse. It feels like what you imagine it to be. A bit more like the books, I would say, than the TV series, but it's good, hard sci-fi. It's a good, hard sci-fi system. There's bits of it that take your head, that I found I just need to get my head around at times. I just have to refresh. It's a little bit different in the way that it plays to some of the other systems, but it's a very, very nice system. And actually, the thing about it is they hit the nail on the head with the way the characters develop and the way the world is developed here. This is how you want it to be. That's not a big surprise. If you know anything about the Expanse, it started out. The series books started before the TV series. There was the series books. Before the series books, there was the idea for a role-playing game. So it was designed in such a way. The world was designed in such a way that it fits well into this, because that's where it came from. So I think it's a fantastic it's a fantastic system. It just works. It just works really, really well. And if you like the Expanse, it's a no-brainer. Just go for it, because it's built. That whole universe is built to be role-played in. So it's great. And then the last one is one that I'm looking forward to running. I've only had this a couple of weeks, and I'm developing at the minute, even as we speak, and hoping to run my first couple of games this week. Alien RPG from Free League again. Now, Free League, you will pick this up if you watch the videos on this channel. I love Free League. I just think they're brilliant. I like the way the dice pull. I like the way their systems work. I like the elegance and simplicity of them. And I like the way that they give you enough in the books that you can then riff off that. So you've got a nice simple system. Good, to me, the perfect role-playing system is one where I read this book a lot before, as a GM, before the game, and I'm not constantly flicking through the book during the game to try and check rules out. So I read it a lot before to develop the world and the missions, and this gives me a lot of resource for that. The same as the loot books do. But then, once I've done it, the system itself is so straightforward and nuanced that I don't need to keep flicking backwards and forwards to the book. And that's what Free League do extremely well, I think. They're brilliant for narrative role-playing. And I like the narrative sort of side of things. I like the telling a story. This is really good, because for me, the things that stand out really well in it, first of all, it's Alien. it's a no-brainer. It's going to be awesome. They put in a cinematic mode, which means you're going to probably die if you're in a party that's playing the cinematic mode. But that's kind of awesome because that's kind of the way Alien is. They also introduced a mechanic called stress and panic, which is very, very good. And if you want to know more about that, look at our video about the mechanics of Alien. We're doing quite a bit on this because I like this. I like this game a lot. There's so much potential. But there's so much in it that just works. Free League's books are beautiful. They're well thought out. They're very flavoursome. It's awesome. So those are my five. Now, I have no doubt I've missed out some stuff. I haven't even mentioned 5th edition D&D. I'm not a big player of it, to be honest, because for me it's fantasy, and fantasy's all right. And I know a lot of you love fantasy out there, but it's just not my thing. I'm more a sci-fi kind of person. I also haven't mentioned Starfinder, although I love Starfinder, but it's from that last review, you'll probably figure out that I like simple, clean systems that are really, quick, and that I can think on my feet because I'm that kind of GM, and these allow me to do that. The systems we've got here, probably the most complex is Legend of the Five Rings, and I've worked with it enough to know it well. I haven't mentioned Star Trek in there, and that's not because it's not a good system. I love it. It's great. It feels like Star Trek, but this year these are the 5 that have really hit me. Partly because of the people I've been playing with. I've played a couple of games of Star Trek, but actually these are the ones that are just catching my imagination at the moment. Come back to me in 6 months' time, probably I'll send Star Trek. Oh, have you seen the new expansion? It's amazing. And that's the thing. At the moment, we are very fortunate to be in this position where there's so many games we can mention there that are good and well done and well presented and beautiful. But these are the 5 I've picked for tonight. And if you've got one that you think I've missed out, please comment below. I'm sure I've missed out something, or maybe I'm not aware of something that you're aware of that I should check out, and that'd be awesome. If you enjoy what we do as a channel, we try to be as authentic and real as we can. We are completely independent, so everything that you see on screen is something that we've bought with our own, either I or one of my friends has bought with our own hard-earned cash. We don't get free product and stuff. But if you're a company out there and you want to give us an interview, please do. We would love to have interviews, but don't give us free stuff, because actually part of what we're about is being independent, and we want to be in that position where actually we can, that what you're seeing has cost us something, because there's an authenticity about that. And if you do like what we do, and you'd like to see us do more of it, please like, comment, share, and above all, subscribe, because subscription really helps us to develop as a channel. Also, we do sell little t-shirts down along the bottom. There's a link down there, and there's some pretty cool t-shirts, and we get a little bit of cash from those that we can then pump back into buying things to show on the channel, and developing things a little bit, and getting a few bits of hardware that we need for filming and things. So everything that we get through the channel goes back into the channel, so you'll see it in some shape, form, or description. But have a look, check out the t-shirts. They are pretty awesome, and they're pretty cool. Yeah, there you go. But that's us. That's us tonight. And if I don't see, if I don't see you before, have a lovely New Year. And by the way, don't miss our next video in this series, which is about miniature games, and what minis games have caught my imagination this year. And then we're going to be doing one on what I'm looking forward to next year. So that will be coming up too. What I'm looking forward to in 2020, and I'm sure there's going to be loads of extra stuff that I don't even see on the radar. But this is just my personal idea where I'm at the minute. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. The subscribe button is down here, or it might be there, but click on it. Go on. Have a great evening.